This person is profoundly moved by you on an emotional level. I'm hearing, I couldn't resist you if I tried. You have gotten through to this person in ways nobody else has managed to reach them. This may be somebody who doesn't wear their heart on their sleeve. This feels like somebody who is normally very reserved as far as shows of affection are concerned. Declarations of emotions. That could be part of their nature and disposition. It could signal that they were kind of closed off emotionally in the aftermath of a heartbreak. A series of heartbreaks, disappointments where they've had to close off to the idea of love and romance, regroup, focus on other things. You have come into their life and you have set that all off on a tailspin in the most beautiful way. You have activated something within this person that is compelling them to follow their instinct and their intuition forward. The greatest challenge for them at this point in time is to be vulnerable, to allow themselves to sit with these feelings that have come online in a very profound way within them towards you, and to not run from that, to not push that away, to not remain at a standstill and miss this opportunity with you. This is somebody that would move mountains on your behalf. This is somebody who would do anything in order to bring you joy, bring you a sense of fulfillment, to ensure that you have peace of mind, peace within your heart, peace within your soul. What's up, guys? Welcome to Twinflame Tarot Psychic. My name is Leo. Let's go deeper into today's reading. It feels like this person wants to be very transparent with you, something where if it's very hard for them to talk about their emotions, then maybe sort of reiterating that to you, expressing that degree of limitation, like it's not easy for me to talk about my emotions. It's not easy for me to open up. I haven't felt this deeply for someone in quite some time. It feels like there's still a long way that the two of you have to go in order to have these feelings be openly known to the two of you. This is somebody that wants to take a step forward and let you know I'm trying. I'm trying to push beyond what has been my default or my status quo because you have opened something within me that I'm unable to shut. You have compelled me beyond that threshold of just being in my own energy, watching other people experience closeness and partnership in ways that I have been yearning for, but have been unable to allow myself to allow in, or that I have struggled to co-create with others in the past. We have the King of Pentacles. This is somebody that is very certain that they want to build with you towards the future. This is somebody who wants to invest more in this connection. If it's hard for them to open up and talk about their feelings, then this is a sense of almost gestures, actions, consistency that lets you know I am present with you. I'm here with you for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere. I thank you for your patience as I metamorphosize into a version of myself that learns a language to describe these emotions, that becomes more emotionally competent or allows myself to be softened emotionally by the vibrancy and the intensity of your presence. It's like this person had a heart of stone and you are softening that. And that's a big struggle for this person to allow themselves to have that experience with another person, because it feels like this individual wants to let you in. But it's like, I don't know if I could let anyone else in like this ever again. If this is a connection between the two of you that reaches a conclusion at some point, it's like I will never love anyone this deeply. I will never allow anyone else in this deeply. You've got this very exclusive part of this person that it's almost like they feel that this component or this passageway, this access point to this deeper emotional threshold within, it was like waiting for you to come along. You yourself are the key that unlocks that door. Only you are able to gain entry. Only your energy has the passcode. As much as this is stepping outside of this person's comfort zone, there's a sense of like you feel right. It feels right to have you occupy that place in my heart. It feels right to allow you to see this side of me that I don't show to others. It feels right to let my guard down and let you inside even when I have pushed the rest of the world away, or I've kept other people at arm's length, or nobody's taken the time to learn the unique nature of what I need in order to let that guard down very organically. This is somebody it feels like that is almost wanting to make a big gesture towards you, like big for them, but also something that is very unmistakable for you. as far as we're at where we're at in our story with one another. But I see long-term potential. If you'll work with me and you'll allow me to work with you, then I know that we can come to a consensus as far as giving and receiving. I know that I have it in me to evolve beyond the limits I placed upon myself emotionally or that have existed emotionally. It's like you're helping this person to get some sort of drive or initiative to up-level, to find new ways to communicate, to allow themselves to sit in and bask in the light of this presence, and a very conscious awareness of sort of like you've gotten in behind my walls somehow. There's a part of that that feels like that intimacy or that closeness that feels uncomfortable, but there's a sense of like I need to allow this, I want to allow this because I don't want to lose you, and I don't know how to express that this is the toughest thing that I've ever done is to just allow myself to have this love seep in, to envision myself as becoming someone who can maintain that image, that facade, that persona, that path in life that they have forged for themselves and that they have been walking, but to also begin to grow in a new direction where the emotionally starved portions of themselves can now be fed and fulfilled by something that is good, something that is uplifting, something that is nourishing. You've given this person, it feels like a new lease on life or a new belief that not just love and partnerships is meant for them, but something that is really incentivizing them to evolve as a person so that they don't miss out on this opportunity with you. It feels like in the midst of them doing this behind the scenes, looking at this very directly inside of themselves, willing themselves to continue to walk forward with you into tomorrow, there's the sense of like, I know that I need to do something. I know I need to provide you with some kind of reassurance. I know I need to give you a guarantee that lets you know you're not the only one holding on to this belief that this is something very magical between us. This is something very special. This is something very unique. There's a lot of potential here. There's a lot to work with. It feels like this person again wants to give it their all, or something very inventive or very creative that lets you know I see you. I recognize you. I recognize what this is between the two of us, and I'm willing to do what it takes in order to fight to preserve that and to work with you, in order to build and enhance this experience for the two of us together. We have the 10 of Pentacles. This person feels very complete in your presence, or they're made aware of their own innate wholeness when they are with you. You have taken in stride a certain level of resistance inside of them, like you haven't taken it personally. They see you as somebody who is very emotionally evolved as an individual. You're very emotionally aware, or you're very empathically connected to them. You're able to read into their silence. You're able to decipher that longing and desire, even if it is masquerading as silence or stoicism. It's like you're able to pick up on the message that their soul translates to you through eye contact, even when they struggle to make that known in the material world. It's like there's a desired point that they want to get to with you, but they're present here in this moment and you've somehow known that, or you've adjusted your pace with them in such a way that they feel like steps forward, that they take in the direction of making this connection or this partnership or this circumstance between the two of you. Not just making it work for the two of you in the here and now, but ways in which they have attempted to, up to this point in time, push beyond that comfort zone. Come out of their shell or sit very comfortably within the reality of like you've gotten to my heart somehow. You're melting my resistance and it's uncomfortable. But I'm with that. In fact, it's a really good thing. In fact, I invite it. I welcome it. I want more of it. Something where it's almost beyond words. There's like a rhythm between the two of you that feels very fulfilling. This person feels very respected as a person, both for their limitations and the potential within. It's like you haven't fallen in love with this person's potential, but you're kind of like, yeah, I see where you are in this moment or where we are with each other, and I know we can do better. I'm not putting my life on hold waiting for that. I'm not going to chase you down and press you to make those changes. But as you move, I move. I walk forward and I see you are walking with me. I honor that and I hold space for that. This is really, again, helping this person to see that you're not just like a shiny thing in their path that is distracting them from other things that they have going on, or that is asking them to negotiate with that level of pain, or loss that might have caused them to close off emotionally. Or maybe this is something where they just never learned those skills of emotional openness. It was never taught to them. It's not part of their personality. Instead of forcing them to be something other than what they are or to evolve at a pace that is beyond what they're capable of or what they are choosing in the moment, it's like you leave an openness between the two of you, a distance into which they can grow and they can evolve. You step forward and they are reaching for you. It's not even like this person feels like you're making them chase you, but it's almost like you're becoming more sovereign within yourself. You're becoming more established within your role in this dynamic between the two of us. It is helping me to branch out beyond my comfort zone. It is helping me to reach beyond my limits. It's helping me to recognize that good things are worth fighting for, that I have to take action. I have to seize the moment. I have to seize this opportunity or it will pass me by. You're too important to lose. This is too significant or noteworthy to just take it for granted or to turn the other way, to ignore this or to sabotage this. It feels like this person wants to be very careful with how they move with you because they don't want to misstep and ruin what you have with one another up to this point in time. There is a sense of urgency, like I got to keep moving forward in your direction. I have to keep closing that distance between the two of you. If I find myself in this place where that hardened heart energy becomes an obstacle, this is somebody it feels like that's chipping away at a lot of resistance that they've had inside. They're giving their inner critic a piece of their mind at this point as well, like doubts and fears that may be creeping up from within every time they get comfortable with the idea of what's happening between the two of you. Or they start to look towards the future and think, yeah, this is what I want. I've been hurt in love before. I've been betrayed. I've never known safety within a partnership. I feel that I have a lot to lose emotionally because I don't feel that I'm a very emotionally evolved person, and yet I want to take a risk in this direction. Anything that the inner critic chimes in with, like, that's a bad idea. You should think about things, don't listen to your heart, use your mind, use logic. It's like they're dismissing all of that. They're not wanting to be impulsive with you, but there's a sense of I'm going to take a chance on my heart not leading me astray at this point. Whatever you've shown this person, whatever you've demonstrated, they see you as a solid person, as a dependable person, as a reliable person, as a safe space for the work in progress that they are on an emotional level. Not that this person is emotionally stunted, but it feels like trust is very hard for them. They don't just give that freely. There's somebody that, like, trust has to be earned, or their trust was shattered in the past, and it's almost like they've never, even if they've had like other relationships in the aftermath of like a major heartbreak, it's like a portion of them at a point that has been partitioned off, like nobody gets access to this part of me. It's like they were present within connections physically, but emotionally there was like a distance. There was a divide, and that might have been a repeating pattern that might have led to a lot of loneliness, even within connections, or somebody that's been single for a while because others have been like, I can't get through to you. You don't give very much. There's a sense though with you, it's sort of like that old narrative is breaking down, or there's a deep motivation to do that very proactively. You're worth that fear of getting hurt again. You're worth the bruising of the ego. If it becomes known that, like, yeah, I'm a confident person, I got this facade, I got this persona, but inside I'm very fragile emotionally. I'm not the best when it comes to love and partnerships, but I want to learn. I want you to teach me what it is that you need, how I can best show up better. I want you to teach me how to receive by holding that constancy of your presence very close to me. There's something very healing about your energy to this person as well. Like every time they've taken a step back or that wall has been up, there's a sense of not just longing or missing you, but this is an energy of somebody that is almost like, I'm coming to understand that a component of me needs you. Like I'm whole within myself, but I need you to feel deeply fulfilled, and I haven't needed anyone before. I've prided myself on not needing others, being very self-sufficient, bottling up those emotions if things get too heavy, maintaining a certain level of peace and self-reliance for myself. Now the idea of partnership and co-creation, it's taken on new meanings. There's a whole new dimension to that. I'm terrified about what that means, what it will require of me, or what I have to leave behind in order to let that in. But you are worth walking through that fire of fear, because I don't want to miss out on this. I don't want to miss out on this opportunity with you. We have the Fool. As much again as this person may be very stoic, very kind of like they keep their emotions very close to themselves, they play their cards very close to their chest. Inside it's like, I'm a fool for you. I'm a fool for love. You make me feel things that I hadn't allowed myself to feel before, that I've never experienced with anyone. This is somebody that's like, I would do absolutely anything for you. Whatever you would need, I would do. That's something that it feels like that is almost, it's risky for them. It's risky to open up in that way, because to allow someone to have that kind of effect on a person emotionally, it also brings with it the risk of being hurt, the risk of betrayal, the risk of being let down, the risk of being shattered. It feels like this person's coping mechanism up to this point is just like push forward beyond that pain, just stuff it away and keep moving forward. But with you, there's almost like a space where they're given permission to feel that, like feel it, feel that fear, feel the discomfort, allow all those worst case scenarios to play out in their mind, and yet they're still compelled forward towards you. You're helping this person to release a degree of heaviness, some kind of old wounding that was like an anchor inside that kept them risk averse when it came to connections and partnerships. There may be something where you're like an opposites attract, and so to experience love with someone like you, or a relationship with someone like you, they have no formula for that. They have no data for what that would be like. There's no game plan, because they've never gone down a road like this before. It requires a level of trust and vulnerability that is not easily given by them to all areas of their life. This feels like somebody that needs a lot of guarantees before they take action. This is not somebody that's a gambler. This is not somebody that is just going to listen to impulse or operate on a whim. It's a very strategic person. It's a very methodical person. It's a very logical person. Yet you've activated something in the emotional level within them that is like, yeah, if I continue to take steps in this direction, or I invite you in, like you've already gotten into them emotionally, you've gotten into their heart. But if I invite you into my life in that emotional capacity more than I have already, or at all, if this is something where they haven't really expressed their feelings, then there's a sense of like, I'm powerless over what happens next, and they're working on becoming with that. Like the risk of being heartbroken is worth the reward of having you close. Whether it's just for a short period of time or what they're hoping for, the beginning of a very long experience, a very long relationship, a very long cycle with you. It's like I hold the power in my hand to open that door to you. You've come in your own way, but I need to invite you in fully to the reality of who I am in this moment and who I can become, because you've reached them as they are. But you are also signaling to their higher potential, who they can become, who you both can be shaped into through this co-creative experience together. There's a part of them that is like fully on board with that might be causing them to stiffen up in a way and sort of like, this is different. This requires me to just like give trust blindly, and I don't usually do that. It's like you've earned this person's trust, or they've had enough experiences with you, or they've sat with this, they've thought about this long and hard. They may have even retreated from you somewhat. Or it's just the nature of, again, like a stoic energy. They got their walls up beyond that facade. They do think about things. They're a very observant person. They're observing everything that is going on inside of themselves. They've listened to all of the reasons why they shouldn't take a chance going forward, and they're acting in defiance to that inner critic. I want to take a risk. I want to take a leap forward towards you. I want to see what's on the other side of that door of potential between the two of us. There's a sense that they feel that you could free them from a version of them that has maybe only watched other people's happiness from a distance, but they've never really allowed themselves to have that opportunity of closeness with another, or nobody's managed to get to their heart in the way that you have, because they've been very careful about not allowing that. Or it's the kind of thing where people only judged from that cold exterior, that emotionally guarded exterior, what may be perceived as like wounded warrior sort of energy. You've received that for what it is. Yet when you speak to them, when you interact with them, you are touching on something that is beyond all of that, that takes that into account and is also speaking to the man inside of the box, is also talking to that soul light inside of them, to where loving you, this connection, whatever happens next between the two of you, a lot of it has unknown factors to it. But there's a sense like I'd be a fool to pass up this opportunity. I could never forgive myself if I let fear win. Beyond the challenge of that, there's also the sense of like, I don't know any other way to describe it other than like I've fallen in love with you, or I'm falling in love with you. It would be of a disservice to myself not to heed that call, to look at that as a warning, and to do my best to just stay in place and be very resistant to this. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to look at this as a call to action. I'm going to allow you and your energy and your presence and the vitality that you bring into my world to continue to soften this part of me that has been longing for so long for someone to combine forces with in this way, for someone to align with so deeply in this way, for someone to reach me on this level that maybe others never even knew existed, never even took the time to check in on. They only saw the surface. They only connected with that mask, with that facade. Yet you've reached in deeper. You have activated something within this person that is deeper. This is somebody that it feels like is following that instinct to again give you some sort of reassurance of we might not be exactly where we want to be with one another at this point. But I'm doing everything that I can, everything in my power and then some to rise to the occasion, to shake myself out of this energy of fear, to move beyond like an emotional slumber into a place of alertness, into a place of being awake to this, being very conscientious of the nature of what we have with one another subtly in unspoken ways, certainly in the effect that you have upon them emotionally, whether they are with you and interacting with you, or even the fragments that remain after those interactions, when they think about you, when they contemplate things, when they reflect, when they look within, and the effect that you have upon them, even at a distance. It's unmistakable as something very profound, something very important, something that it's almost like you're bringing them a level of vitality that they didn't know was missing, they didn't know that they needed. They felt whole and secure within themselves, and you've now shined a light on such a deeper level of fulfillment that is possible for them through a partnership with you. Then as that dovetails into a different kind of relationship they can have with themselves, or a different way of relating to the world around them as seen through your eyes, as seen through the eyes of love that this experience with you has gifted them. This is somebody that doesn't want to waste any more time in keeping you at arm's length. This is somebody that wants to do everything in their power to call you in closer, to give you reassurances of like, I'm coming, I'm moving towards you. I'm moving away from that energy of being very closed off, very wounded, keeping love at arm's length and at a distance. Instead, I want to pull you in close. I want to embrace you. I want to embrace this moment. I want to work with you so we can build a beautiful future with one another. Those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading, like or comment, in order to claim these energies. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content that I put out here. Don't forget to hit the bell button to get notifications every time I post a new video. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.